Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live. Where are we at?
Industries
See it back there.
most wanted.
Big Industries Most Wanted, not the little one. I got my hair all in my face. Kim, man, how you doing, love?
I'm doing well, TampaMystic. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thank you for being here. I'm loving the flowers. You are a whole vibe. I'm loving it.
Yes, thank you so much, and thank you so much for having me. I just think that's so super dope.
Of course, listen, I love doing this and I love, like it's such a passion for me to learn about people's journeys and feel their energy. We already had a whole beautiful conversation before we went live.
Yes, yeah, we like put a comma in it, and we're picking up from there. Just they're just now joining in on it.
Exactly, absolutely. Well, I definitely have a lot to ask you tonight, but give us a brief introduction of yourself.
Okay, so real quick before I do the brief introduction, I just want to give some flowers real quick. So to you, thank you, thank you, thank you. On behalf of every artist that has come on this platform and every artist that will touch this platform, thank you. And the thank you is specific because there were many nights that you just laid in your bed in tears and just running around in your mind. How is it going to work? How am I going to do this? And you battling between giving up and going on. And the intuitive nudge of going on is why we're even sitting here today. So thank you for not giving up on the dream. Thank you for not giving up on the vision. Thank you for not giving up on you. Thank you for not giving up on us. Just thank you for this platform. Thank you.
You're about to make me cry.
Hey. Oh no.
I mean, I'm so emotional. Like I'm definitely one of them emotional women, and that means a lot because oftentimes people don't either give you your flowers or they won't do it publicly. So that was so heartfelt. I received all of it. That was so much love. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Now, a little bit about Khame, and I mean a little bit because we're going to go into it and it will come out anyway. It's just going
Yeah.
to come. So, originally from Memphis, Tennessee, South Memphis, home of the blues, Southern hospitality, and just an all around creative mind, creative being to just kind of keep that short because we're going to develop that here shortly.
Absolutely. Well, I definitely want to start there. Growing up in Memphis, Memphis is a city rich in music history. Like just over the years, a lot of legendary artists have come out of Memphis. How did your environment living in Memphis shape your early musical identity?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I have two older sisters, and the oldest one plays piano, and
Hmm.
then the middle one, we all three of us sang. So at the age of 3, I was already singing, and we had a microphone, and we sort of formed a group. So we traveled all over Tennessee just singing, and it started out with churches, but then it went to other events, and we were getting invited to all these places. So just early on, it was all of this traveling just as a small child, but I also got a chance to be exposed to all of those big name artists. So like when Isaac Hayes would come through, or Earth, Wind and Fire, or Maurice White, or that Stax is there. So you just exposed to all of this music just around you at all the time, and it just really inspired me to be inquisitive and go, what is that? What is that about? And also incorporate that with myself and my sisters, and from there it just sort of took off on its own.
Absolutely, most definitely. And I heard you say Earth, Wind, and Fire. I too had an opportunity to see them in concert, and it was probably one of the most electrifying experiences. That's the best way to describe it. It was electrifying. Like it blew me away. It was so amazing. So that's beautiful. So it's really music has been instilled in you pretty much your entire life.
Yeah, yeah, it's something that I call it this vessel and this container. So it's something that was already in this container, walking out of the womb. That was already in the container, and it was just no way for it not to happen. But it was the first used of the many gifts I'm endowed with, and so that's how we end up with where we are right now. Is that gift allows this vessel to operate in all of those arenas.
Absolutely. When we have gifts from God, we have to be obedient and follow the path and the journey that He intended for us. I've been having this conversation often. 2 nights ago, I interviewed a pastor, and he's pretty well known on the gospel side. And he was talking about we were talking about how important it is to be obedient to those gifts that were given to us. And you knew since a young age.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And actually, by age 5, I was in church leading the mass choir. I'll never forget the song. It was Going Up Yonder. So here I am, 5 years old. I'm looking at all these people standing up behind me singing, and I'm like, what is
Little
even
Tina
happening
Turner
here?
in there.
But it was just in me. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't. It's like it tugs on you. It pulls on you, and it won't let you sleep. And you have to execute because that's your purpose. That's what you're here for. So I love it.
Absolutely. So what drew you to relocate to Lexington, Kentucky, and how has that shifted like your impact on your creative flow, your sound, or has it impacted it?
Yeah, for sure. So um, going from Memphis, my ex-husband was in the military.
Okay.
Right. So that took a lot of travels, and our last duty station was in Kentucky.
Mm,
And yeah, and so from where I was in Kentucky, which I was in Radcliffe, Danville, Liberty, I've lived in several places in
yeah.
Kentucky, but Lexington was the last one because of the location, the beauty, the horses, but the parks is really what drew me. The parks. I like to write in the parks, but
Mm,
just the state of Kentucky has had an impact on the writing because it's real slow, it's laid back, it's like a farm area. So you have time to think and process your thoughts. And I like to spend a lot of time in nature. So you yeah, so you can really hear because nature has a lot to say. We just so busy talking, we miss it. And there's a lot of nature out there, but it really drew me. 2019 to 2023, I lived off grid on 11 acres of land, just
beautiful.
doing the work. I mean, unpeeling, unpacking all the layers of who is Khame, who are you really for real? And from that, the closest area to where I was Lexington. And so just daily driving to there to get to see, I'm like, oh my God, this place is beautiful. And
Yeah.
yeah, I just landed there and that's where I am.
I am such a nature junkie. I feel like God gave us so many beautiful gifts. We have to get out there and enjoy them because I feel like it's reinvigorating for me. When I'm outside, I just go for walks or I go to hiking trails. I love the water. It just gives me, because it's all energy. It's
Hmm.
all energy that we can take in. And I always encourage people to get out there, especially, on a nice sunny day. Like we need that natural vitamin D in our life, right?
Yes, yeah, we're always on the inside. We're missing what's going on out there, and we're always moving so fast, so busy. But the simplicity of nature, really, seriously, it can just give so much wisdom and so many messages to so many of the issues we face. That's what
Yes.
really why I like to be out there because it's my best teacher.
I couldn't agree more. It's like I said, it's like reinvigorating. Like I
Mhm.
could be having an off day and I'll go to the park. I have several around where I live here in Georgia and I'll go for a walk, even if it's 20, 30 minutes. And I just like being in the sun, feeling the breeze, hearing the birds chirping, maybe seeing a deer or two, man. It's nothing like it. It's the best feeling ever.
Yeah, it's like you plugged in when you went out there. You really plugged in.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, for
absolutely.
sure. Yeah.
So you've got a decade or more in the music business. How would you describe your evolution as an artist from your first project all the way up to Melted Gold, the Elixir EP?
Ooh, the evolution. Okay, to keep it short, now it's me. Okay.
Mm,
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. It's me, and that's what's making it so dope. That's the energy, that's the fire, that's the fuel. It's me showing up as me, and that's what that whole project is even about. Is me meeting me for the first time. I've been on stage all these years and all these performances and plays and all this stuff behind the costume, behind the mask, behind all of that. I find myself on stage saying, "I can't wait to get home and take this off." Not the clothing, but this me.
right.
Yeah, yeah. So now I don't put on costumes or anything. It's really just here she is. Look at Cat May out here now. Here she is. I'm really just showing up as me now, and that has been the evolution.
You're probably the happiest version of yourself that you've ever been, right?
Yes. Yeah. I don't have to remember like when I was that version of me. What did I say? What did I do? What did I wear? Oh my goodness, I gotta keep it together like this. I'm just like high fiving everything. What yeah, it's just me.
Absolutely, because it's almost like a facade that we have to put on and carry. And I remember one of my ex bosses, which I didn't really like, but he dropped a gem on me that I always stuck with me. And he said, if you're always honest with people, you never have to remember what you say. And that stuck with me because when you basically tell people lies or you're living lies, and I'm not saying that was living a lie, but it was just your alter ego. But
Yeah,
you said you have to remember what you said, and a week from now you're like, dang, what did I tell Cammy? I can't remember what I told my girl.
yeah,
But if we keeping it honest, we don't have to remember because it's the truth, and we should be living the truth every day.
yeah. That's it.
Yes, so definitely. So, how would you describe your sound? Is it more like of a vibe, a message, or a little bit of both?
Oh wow, you okay? No way, universe is so dope. So I was writing something down in my notebook of manifestation, and that's the sound. I call it vibe. You can't really give it a genre because you listen to one song and it sounds like this, but then this sounds like dance, but then this is
Yeah.
laid back. Like it's a mixture of so much, but the whole core of it is it's just me, but it's a vibe. The whole thing is a vibe.
You're a vibe.
Yeah.
You is a vibe.
Hey, that's dope. That is dope. Thank you.
Your energy is so beautiful. Like I can just feel it. Like I would absolutely love for us to be able to sit down and do this in person one day so we can just, be within each other's radius and really
Yeah.
catch each other's vibe. So if you ever come to the egg girl, let me know.
Yes, for sure. And I come there a lot. Where am I right now? I'm actually in Blue Ridge right now. So I don't know if you know where that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually there right now. So I come there maybe once or twice a week to Georgia. I'm in this truck. That's what you see in the background right now. I'm in this truck right now.
Let me know, girl. I'll
Yeah,
drive there to meet you. It's so
yeah,
beautiful up there because that's maybe an hour and some change from where I live because I'm in Lawrenceville, so I'm like north of Atlanta. So that's an easy drive for me.
yeah, for sure. So we'll definitely connect about that because I come here all the time. I'm really here.
Really? Look,
Yes,
the stars are aligning. It's
it
divine.
is.
I'm loving
It is. It is.
it.
It's a yes already. Let's stay
Yes.
with that yes. There's a yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you've opened up for some really legendary names, and we're going to name a few: Jeffrey Osborne, Floetry, the Marleys, even the Rough Riders Kentucky chapter. Which of those experiences really left like the deepest impression on you, and why?
I want to say Jeffrey Osborne,
Hmm.
and I'm doing now what he said then because he saw it. He pulled me to the side. He said, "Girl, all you got to do is be you." It's all he said. He said, "All you got to do is be you." And I was doing a full set. Half the set was cover songs, and the other half of it was my personal material. And when I got down, he said, "All you have to do is be you, and that's it." And that was in my head, but here I am. You got my name on the board and the lights, and also I'm, trapped up in that. But kept that in my pocket, kept that in my subconscious the whole time. And now seeing the after effects of it, like the latest single just dropped April 22nd, but the response already has just been overwhelming because it's me showing up as me. I'm doing what he said.
I love the fact that not only did he drop that gem, but you took heed to it and you're applying it too, because I feel like that's one of the best pieces of advice that an artist can ever receive and apply to their music career is just be yourself because kind of going back to what you said earlier, like when you had like this kind of alter ego per se, you're now being yourself. You're probably happier than ever because you will build your absolute most organic fan base because you're giving them the raw, authentic Kame.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I've seen it. Even just people sending side notes. There's those side notes again, or those side messages. They'll be like, "Where have you been?" I'm thinking, "You're right. Where have I been?" Yeah,
Yes. Listen,
yeah,
hey, she's here. She is here.
yeah. I'm here now. I am here now. Yes.
Absolutely. So, how did it feel to be featured by platforms like Mnet, which is a Korean music channel, the Bobby Jones Gospel? That to me is a very impressive range of
Yeah,
where you've been featured. Tell us about that.
yeah. So Mnet is like MTV here.
Mm.
Okay, so that's their big music TV platform, and they would have local artists or their big famous artists come in like every Friday and do like your music set. First of all, it was the language barrier; you had to get through all of that. But on the other side of that was it's talent. The talent is here, and they were just so welcoming. The culture there is just so loving and so welcoming, and just willing to help you in any way that they can. I mean, all the pointers, the wisdom that they gave, just that one right there. The community is loving. I loved that. Just being there in that time, it was so loving. And I got to learn the behind the scenes of how you even put a show together like MTV or Mnet. We see it live, but we don't know the production side of it. What goes on, what are all of the moving parts behind the curtain. We see the curtain open and here comes the artist, but what's going on back here?
Right.
So yeah, I got to see all of that. And then Bobby Jones Gospel was an experience all on its just by itself, because there's those moving parts again, and it was a live televised show. So there's no room for error. If you live, you know it's happening. It's happening. It's happening right now. But still, looking at it now as you bring it up, everyone kept giving that consistent message. Just be you. You don't have to add anything to it. You don't even need an intro. Just show up as you. Say your name and come out as you. So I love those experiences of teaching me what to do and what not to do.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Do you feel like getting into that side of it, meaning like the live production and television, is that something that ever interests you?
Oh my goodness, yeah. I've been thinking about that like for the past month now, just looking
It
at
can
my paperwork
happen.
going. Yeah, looking at my paperwork, I'm looking like when I film my YouTube videos, it's a live message right then. It's a live download, whatever it needs to come out, and then I'll go back and watch it and I'm going, "Wait, with the graphics, this is production. Like this is the production side." So that's something that I learned from Mnet and Bobby Jones Gospel, as well as paperwork. Get your paperwork right. You want to do that part. Uh-huh.
That part.
Yeah, that part is paperwork. So I'm big on paperwork, which is why I'm so in love with Melted Gold, the Elixir EP, because it has paperwork down.
I know
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah, yeah. This is my baby right here. So that side of it really intrigues me, and I would love to know more about it because acting is already a thing for me. I'm naturally an orator, so it would just be an easy transition. It's not something I will have to force.
Absolutely. I think you would be great at it because again, your energy is beautiful and you're living your organic life. You're being 110% unapologetically yourself. And I feel like getting into the film world is what is needed.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. So to me, it sounds like you're passionate about empowering others because you're teaching a Logic Pro workshop. And, that shows your passion about, hey, let me help and empower others. How important is it to educate and mentor others in your music journey?
Oh, it's super important, especially that paperwork. I'll talk about that in a minute, but Logic Pro is something so big to teach people because it's a fear that a lot of people have, especially people who do podcasts or, they want to record their poetry, or singers, songwriters, vocalists. They feel like they can't do it. It's a big daunting task. And to be able to break it down and easily present it to them and show them this is how you record yourself, because I recorded that whole project myself, and just being the whole thing self-taught of teaching how to do it. And once you learn something, by learning you teach, and by teaching you learn. So knowing that I know it, it was only right that I go teach it. So my mother was a school teacher for almost 50 years, so that's in there too. Yeah,
It's
that
in the
teaching
DNA.
in there. It is in there. It is. And the second part of that learning of this journey is that paperwork. We don't know to own the ISRC codes, or go to Sound Exchange or BMI, or be the owner. You're walking with it, so if it moves, you move. You're not signing your life away. So just giving them that proper education that they may not get.
So is this a class that you teach like ongoing, like you have maybe semesters and people can get involved, or is it a one-time class? How do people get involved?
So you are the second person, actually the third person that has said that, because this was something that they reached out to me to have, because that's where I recorded the project. And of course, they've had the whole experience of Melting Gold, the Elixir, and were like, "Hey, would you come in and
Right.
teach this class?" But they've extended the offer for me to come back and be able to teach it. But when
Mm,
they opened it up to have it, it was overbooked. So it's something that's so necessary in that area. But you could also, there were producers in there were singers, podcasters, poets. I mean, a large array of people going, "I want to know, this equipment is here, this facility is here for us, but what do we do?" Well, here I am, an artist. Let me show you, let me teach you. So it was a joy to be able to give it and bring it. But I would love to be able to do that like once a month, to
yeah.
present that. I think that's dope.
I listen, I agree because I feel like it's that type of education is kind of lacking out here unless maybe an artist goes to an actual like college or something, and not everybody either has a time or the funding to do that. So if they can take like a course or a class that kind of dives right into that type of stuff, man, I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, the funding is the thing that gets me about it too. So I love that give back, that free, because it's a 2 hour course. In the first hour, we spend just really showing them the framework of the DAW, the digital audio workstation. And the second hour, we dive into this is how you set yourself up to record. So we really break it down and show you how to do it. By the time we finished, they had a full project on their screen going, I did this.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Bless your heart.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Somebody out here named Willie West just showed up. He's saying preach in the back.
Listen, let me
Yeah.
tell you about Willie West. Me and Willie West went to high school together. I'm 51 years old, right? So I graduated in 1992. So it was prior to that we knew each other, probably late 80s. That's
Right.
how far back me and Willie West go. Shout out to Willie
Ooh, shout
West.
out to Willie. Thank you for being here, Willie. Thank you.
And he's a
Thank
dope artist himself too. So maybe you guys can somehow, some way make that collaboration happen. Shout out to Willie, man. We appreciate you always checking in. And Willie, I know you got this new record. Make sure you send it to me. I need to put it in rotation.
you.
Definitely. So I want to talk about Mental Rhythms Poetry Trilogy. It sounds very, very powerful. How do your poetic works connect with your music?
It's the creative writing,
Mm.
is what it is. And the base of Mental Rhythms Part 1, 2, and 3 is to inspire people to get a box cutter, get yourself out of there, and find wherever the lines are, the borders, or the parameters that you've been living in, and go on that side, because that's where the magic happens.
Mm.
Yeah, that's all
Are,
mental rhythms. Yeah.
are they reflections of the same voice, or are they different sides of you?
Ooh, that's a good question. So it's the creative mind, but it is a completely different side, because you'll see in mental rhythms where I speak about the feelings me, the love me, the activist, and the advocate, which are really sections about the book. But the part one, part two, part three are three different things that happen. Part one is just a collection of poetic pieces, but it all three of them break down that barrier of love, glove, dove, shove, above. They break that down. And part two dives deep into the visual of what's going on in Kamae's mind. And,
Mm.
and then part three is called Liquefy, the Total Breakdown, which was a precursor to Melted Gold, the Elixir EP. And I didn't even know it, because that came out at top of 2019. Here's Melted Gold, the Elixir EP, dropping at 2025. But the reasoning behind Melted Gold, we'll go into that later, but they all tie together with that creative writing.
That is amazing. Where can people purchase these three copies at?
So when you see the photo and ox down at the bottom of the screen, just put Linktree in front of that. And as soon as you get to my Linktree page, everything is lined up so good. And it will take you to the Amazon. So it's over on Amazon. You can just type in Mental Rhythms and all three will come up.
That's that true Taurus energy right there.
Yes, yes, yes,
Organized,
yes,
calculated. Yeah.
yes. Yeah, look, got the books. We ready?
Oh, yeah. Show them off. Those are beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is the visual. That's part two. And this is part three, Liquefy, the Total Breakdown.
I
Yeah,
love those. Those are
yeah.
beautiful.
Yes, yes. And part one was just me learning how do you set up a book? How do you self-publish? What does that even look like? Which allowed part two and part three to even manifest after I went through that hurdle.
Man, absolutely. I want to dive in and talk about Melted Gold, the Elixir EP. This clearly means a lot to you. What was the emotional and spiritual healing process that birthed this project?
So my mom passed in 2016. Okay.
Mm, I'm
No,
so.
don't do sorry, because it's this lady had a good time. Let me tell you, she had a good time. She had a smile on her face. That's her last expression. She had a good time. I was there for the whole thing. I spoke, did all of the things. But here I am finishing one of my degrees, the educator. And 2 years later, this 2018, I got ready to tell her about it and realized I can't call this lady on the phone, right? You okay, right? Right, right.
Listen, I I lost my sister and my mom, and I still have those moments where I'm like, I gotta call my sis. I'm like, I can't call her. I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So I was like, oh my goodness, wait. First of all, I'm trying to call him thinking, well, maybe she's outside with these flowers. What's this lady doing? She teaching some child. And I was like, oh my goodness, she not. So my mind knew it happened, but my body was frozen in the moment and didn't let
Yeah.
it happen. There was that Taurus thing, like, no, I'm not letting it happen, which brings out the gold part of melted gold because as a gold bar, I wasn't budging, I wasn't moving, I was just that gold bar. And all that time off grid, I was the liquefied, the total breakdown. I didn't even know that was about to happen, but it allowed me that moment to peel it back. My first realization was, my whole life, this was my teacher. This is what you do in life. Now my teacher is not here. So who are you now, Khame? That no one is giving you the like. Who? What do you like? What do you love? All the things that you, and it just opened the door to access so many things, starting with hurt. What have you not forgiven of you? The pain. Just it opened the door to all of the things, and I really sat with it and cried so many. I cried and I'm talking about a cry. I think 2020, the world was raining. It was me crying. You, I really, because I had never been the feelings person. I wasn't letting a cry. What is it? If you don't fix your face, but then, oh no, I had to sit with so much for those 5 years. And thank goodness I had that space, earth, and opportunity to do it right there with nature. And it allowed me to see, all right, if you just show up as you, look how many people you can help with this healing journey, with all of this, including everything else that life had already thrown at you. Let's just do all this work right now. So that's melted gold is when you take a bar of gold, you need over 1,000 degrees before it starts melting. It's not going to budge.
Yeah.
And life heated, got hot for me, and then I began to melt and transmogrify and transmute and liquefy and become melted gold. So melted gold is more than just the elixir. It is me. I am melted gold.
It sounds like this project really helped you tap into your emotional side.
It
And I
did.
feel like going back to, you said 2020, you did a lot of crying, and that's something I've been talking about often as well, telling people it is okay to cry, even men, even the fellas out there.
Hmm.
June is Men's Mental Health Month. Like, we need to take that type of stuff seriously. And listen, if you gotta shed a tear or two or 20 or 100, do it. It is okay. And
Yeah.
if you're going through things, it's okay to talk to somebody, whether it's a friend or even going to a therapist if you want something unbiased. Willie West said he loves you.
Yeah. I love you too, Willie. I love you right back.
He's such a dope person. Yeah, I would love for you guys to connect because the energies are there. Like, it's very rare that we have friends from that many years ago that we
Hmm.
still like consider a friend, right? So shout out to Willie checking in.
Yeah, Willie. It's a yes already, Willie. We've already connected. It's
I
good.
know that's right. So,
Yeah.
with the project, what do you hope that your listeners feel,
Hmm.
release, and discover? Because these projects can be a release for people talking about those emotions when they really listen to the EP and like immerse themselves into the project.
Feel the emotions. It's really what to feel the emotions, and not just my emotions. For it to invoke theirs, to feel it, because it's the writing. The music will get you. The music will trap you in. You're like, yeah, but wait a minute. What did she just say? It's is the writing, because Melted Gold is a trilogy. It's the elixir, the potion, and the remedy, and they're gonna come out right after each other. But it is that pain, that love, and that motivation. So feel the feelings, feel all of the emotions, because I'm really just out there. It's really just me. For them to discover themselves, because again, it's me meeting me for the first time up there, and maybe they haven't met themselves. They've been with themselves their whole lives, and they've never met themselves. And we say they're gonna feel, discover, and what was the third one?
So, what they also just feel, release, and discover were the three
Okay,
that.
release. Ooh, release. That's the best one right there. So release that version of themselves that they've been holding on to. Release that, because this music hits the perfect person that has that happening. It's going to resonate with their frequency, and there's a version of us that we hold on to. whether it's a younger version, a happier, whatever it is, release that and embrace right where you are right now. That's where the happy space is.
Man, I love that. How long has this EP or has it been in the works?
So this EP, it started in 2019, and I didn't know it was happening. But
Right.
when,
Okay.
yeah, right, because I didn't know it was happening at the time. That's when the learning and all of the messages were coming in all that time. But the recording began. Watch this now, November 8th, 2024. The recording began.
Mm.
December 29th, 2024. The recording ended. 51 days it took. But all that time it took from 2019 to live that out, to live it out, and then now come and write it and record it and present it. And the recording was so easy because I'm living that, I'm singing my life. This is just sounds to my life. And then 3 months after that, for to just really sit down with the mixing and get everything ready. And there's that paperwork. Yeah, there's the paperwork. So the first single dropped, Regrand Opening, dropped April 22nd, and it is the Regrand Opening of my life because I had taken myself off stage, off social media, away from everything. I got to do the work. I got to go in the roots where you can't see me. I got to go do the work. But when I emerge, here I am.
Listen, thank you so much for being transparent about your journey and everything and reiterating the paperwork side because I feel like a lot of artists skip that step when it's the most important step because otherwise you're leaving a lot of money on the table. And, of course, we all do this because it's a passion for us. But if we are entitled to earning some money from our hard work, then I'm here for that too, right? So
Right.
it's if the business and the paperwork's not there, there's so many different ways that artists can make money that they don't even realize, like you mentioned, whether it's their ASCAP or their BMI, your sound exchange, you're registering, of course, with all the whatever platform that you use to distribute your music,
Right.
getting into sync licensing, putting your music into film and commercials and stuff like that. So thank you for bringing that up because sometimes I feel like if I talk about it, they're like, whatever. But when they hear it from another artist, I feel like it sinks in a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. Because I own all of my ISRC codes. I'm the creator of the codes of my music. And if you are not, you let that distribution platform be the creator. And what if, yeah, and if you get ready to say, hey, I get a better, deal over here, are they going to let you move your music? But if you are the owner of that, you can move it, you can pick it up, it's yours. You own all of your work. I'm talking down to the copyrights, all of the words, and even the masters of the music because I did all the recording. So of course I have all the masters. So I'm walking with the whole thing.
Have you looked at maybe putting a course together for just that, like the music business 101 per se? Because I feel like a lot of artists would absolutely benefit. Shit, look, you digging through something right now.
I, I, I'm
I see
already ready.
you. You was reaching. You was seen you.
I was ready for you. Okay. So this is the Melting Gold, the Elixir EP book with all the paperwork and the ideas. One of the ideas in the front page that I wrote down is that course. Writing that down to present that because it's too many people that ask those questions, and I know too many independent artists that don't know. We wrote the song this morning and we released it tonight. Huh?
Exactly. It didn't take the time. Like Willie even just said, I need help with the paperwork side. There's a lot of artists
Yes.
that, but the thing, I think that's the first step is actually admitting to it that you need help,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yeah. Admit it. A lot of people are like, no, I got it. I got it. I got it. But we hear so many times the artists, they've been in the industry for years and they're still saying, I don't own my masters. I'm not getting royalties. I'm not getting any of that. It's the paperwork. We'll sign it, but we didn't read what we were signing, or we just got so excited. We got caught up in it and didn't really realize what was happening until later.
Absolutely. Even when they go out to do performances at like open mics and showcases,
Mhm.
chances are that venue is licensed as they should be with BMI and ASCAP in order to be able to play music in their venue. So
Mhm.
you as an artist can go home and log into your BMI account, find in the performance section that venue and register your performance and make a little bit of money on it. Like why would you leave any of that on the table? Willie West is asking how he can
I
contact
can contact you. Yes, yes. So It's scrolling on the bottom of the screen. I've got the photo and ox, but since we've already said yes, Willie, that's not even a question. We're already connected, so we have an off platform connection. So I'm looking forward to connecting with you later.
Definitely. So follow her on Instagram, like what's scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and she's going to respond to your message when you DM her. So, yeah, absolutely. Definitely. If melted gold could heal one universal pain for listeners, what would it
Mm,
be?
one. Oh, that's a good one. One pain. Just one. Just one. Okay.
Just give us one. Give the top one. Maybe if several, but what's the number one, the first one you'd want it to heal?
Ah. Okay. So it can't even. What I want to say is to drop the scales off of the eyes of the people.
Mhm.
And what's happening there is so they can see themselves. Is you to see who you really are and see how dope you really are. We don't even really know that. We don't really know how dope we are. So I would say that it is the I would say blindness. So you can see you. And you to see who you got your eyes open, but you sleep on you. You got a pillow and a blanket, and you taking a nap on you. You just snoring, sleep on you.
I love that. I love that. That is dope. That was a great answer. Great answer.
Yeah.
What's one poetic lyric or line from your EP that really captures the soul of who you are?
It's from the song I Found. And it
Mm,
says, I feel like I've been seen from a part of me I think I was missing. What does that even mean?
mm.
I'm I'm ready to see.
I love it. I love
Mhm.
it. So deep. So,
Yeah.
so deep. Is the EP going to be available for sale or
So
only streaming?
so it's streaming right now and
Yeah.
you can download so it has all streaming platforms, but once I finish doing the streaming parts, I'm doing CDs and vinyl. I'm thinking about cassettes, but for sure CDs and vinyl. It's that let's touch it again. Let's touch it.
Exactly. Again, something I've been talking about a lot lately is actually having product because, I come from an era where I loved going and buying CDs and even earlier on vinyl albums. Like because
Yes.
I feel like, man, this is something I can take with me, if that makes sense. The digital
Yes.
streaming platforms are great. They're cool for on the go, but having a
Yes.
piece of a product, man, I think it means even more.
Yes, my big one was that vinyl. I can't wait to hold it. So just connecting with the company that is going to be doing the vinyl, I think that's super dope. They let me do all of the artwork and the designing, and I'm ready to hold that in my hand. I might cry.
Listen, you should, because that's an emotional moment. I feel like you should sell some signed copies, like a limited edition.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Oh yeah, yeah.
So we have this single. It's called Regrand Opening. You mentioned it a couple times throughout the conversation.
Mhm.
What do you feel like that you're reintroducing or maybe reclaiming with this single?
It's me. I'm reintroducing me to the world because I've been out there, but it wasn't all of me, all of the parts of me. And now I'm reclaiming my power because throughout life, I gave it away to so many people, industries, businesses, ideas, ideologies, isms. I just was giving all of my power away. And every time I gave it away, I didn't realize how it was diminishing me and my creativity and ideas and all that I'm naturally endowed with. So here it is, not just cowering down to one gift or just being the singer or the author or the not just one, but it's all of it as one.
Mm, I
Yeah.
love that. Listen, you are so deep with everything that you talk about your work, and I'm here for it because
Hmm.
again, I would love for us to get together in person because you and I could probably sit down and talk for 5 hours and it would seem like 5 minutes because we would just
Yes.
embrace each other so much.
Yes. Yeah. I feel it already. We've already said yes to that. I'm envisioning it happening. We're full of smile. Bring tissue. Okay.
Uh,
Bring tissue.
oh, yeah, because we're going to cry together. I know that's right.
Yes, yes. The big thing about Regrand Opening, though, which is I was waiting for your platform to make this reveal. But not only is it about the Regrand Opening of my life, but this song encompasses every single song title of the EP. So it's when you hear the song put together, I put so in the EP the song is dripping, and I found that's me. All of the song titles are in this song as a song, but again, Melted Gold is me, so I'm introducing me to you with all of the songs.
I love it. I love it. Well, we definitely have it loaded up and ready to go so we can premiere it right now while we have people tuned in on multiple platforms. Shout out to everybody on YouTube, both of
Yeah,
our
for sure.
Facebook pages and our Twitch account. If you missed any part of this conversation tonight, it does stay permanently on Facebook and on YouTube. Before we get into it, I know we've had your IG scrolling across the screen, but what other digital platforms are you on, like maybe TikTok or Facebook, that people can keep up with you?
So I am on IG, Facebook, and YouTube. My biggest platform is YouTube right now, but it's all photo and ox. So when you get there, it's photo and ox. But for just the whole Khame experience, Linktree and photo and ox, and it brings you to everything. Even my LinkedIn platform, where you see, all there's that paperwork and that business side.
Yeah.
There's that. So all of those. So you got IG, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn.
I love it. Who do you want to give thanks to for supporting you and loving you through your journey?
Oh, number one, first of all, with Melted Gold, the Elixir EP is Nick Davis with Ain't It Main Productions. Without Nick Davis bringing the other half, this is Batman and Robin. I can't describe it to you, but Nick Davis has been super dope through the whole thing. That's number one. Number two, my daughter, just super dope through the whole thing. Just if I didn't know her, I would want to be her friend. Okay.
I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And then number three, I want to thank me for not giving up on me. Even on the day that I said I quit everything, I quit life, but I didn't give up on me. And now look, a healing to the world is coming. So yeah, right there.
I love it. Well, and thank you for being here. And thank you for the beautiful introduction and giving me my flowers. You also deserve all of your flowers. You're wearing your flowers right now.
Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
wearing
Where are the flowers?
it. Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and check out the song. If you guys are tuned in, if you like the record, drop some either fire emojis or something to let us know that you're vibing with the record. And even if you're not vibing with it, let us know why. Constructive
Yeah,
criticism always welcome.
yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and get into it. Introduce it for us.
This is Regrand Opening by Khame, here live on the industry's most wanted podcast, hosted by your girl TampaMystic. Let's go.
Let's go.
Industries most wanted.
Welcome to the regret opening of my life. Take your shoes off at the door. I don't want them in my house. This gon' be the type of groove that you can flow with. So let me introduce Melted Gold. Melted gold. Melted gold. Melted gold. I found a way to relax. So just come along, yes, come along with me. Grab your stockings, it's gonna be wild. You already know, yeah. Colors burning up the scene. Wake up, it's not a dream. Say what? I'm giving you a real dope thing. 'Cause that's how I swing. You wanna know how it's gonna go. Get ready for the show. Every line, that's me. Every word, that's me. Dripping and melted gold.
I think it cut the vocals off. Where's the sound? I can't hear it on your side. I can't hear it. I ca- I can't hear it. Oh, you got sound. I don't have sound. You can hear me? I can't hear you. No, it cut the sound. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It cut the sound. He said Willie said he can't hear it. One can see. Okay. It just went. He said sing it. Look at Willie. He said it was the greatest song ever. You you have it, but I have no sound. No sound. Nothing. I don't know what happened to the sound. No sound. All right. Let's just say, you got one that like, I don't know what happened. Okay, I think
Yeah, I don't know what happened. That was crazy. I know they said they were having issues with the live stream on Instagram, so I don't know if they're having audio issues too. But let me see if I can get this because I want to make sure we go out. We still got people on there, so let's replay this record, y'all. I'm sorry about that. All right, here we
no,
go.
it's okay.
We're gonna try to pick up from where we left off.
That's me, everywhere. That's me, dripping in my
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes.
melted gold. Melted gold. Melted gold. The magic is the essence. The magic is an entity. The magic is captivating. The magic is me.
So I had to make sure we came back and got it right and finished out the record. Khame, thank you so much for being here tonight. Anybody that tuned in, Willie West and whoever else that didn't, because I see other people were tuned in, y'all didn't say nothing, but thank y'all for being here. Y'all have a beautiful and blessed rest of the night. It's your girl, TampaMystic, Industry's Most Wanted, Khame. We out of here, y'all.
Yes, thank you.